Hello, this is John from Lockedown Design. Today I want to answer a viewer question. If I buy a bunch of domains and point them at my existing site, is that going to help my SEO? The short answer to this, in most cases it's not going to help your SEO to buy a bunch of variations on your domain name and point them at your existing domain. Let's just say, for the sake of example, that your company manufactures hydraulic lifts and sells them, and your example domain would be Bob's Hydraulic Lifts. Perhaps you want to buy all the variations on that, like bobshydrauliclifts.net, .org, .info. If you point all those domains at your existing domain, is that going to help your SEO? The answer in most cases is going to be no. What that is going to do is just keep people from buying a variation on your brand name and using it for their own website. If you're buying variations on your branded domain name, that's just going to ensure that competitors don't buy it. So, continuing our hypothetical discussion for bobshydrauliclifts.com, let's say that you want to buy a whole bunch of variations on that. All these domain names are available. hydrauliclifts.com and autohydrauliclifts.com, hydraulicliftsforcars.com. And again, you're going to point them at your existing domain and make it to where if somebody types those in, it's going to redirect to bobshydrauliclifts.com. The only time that would really help you in SEO at all is if there's existing backlinks built to those domains and somebody's let those domains expire. Otherwise, you're just buying a bunch of domain names to keep somebody else from buying them. That's really, literally all you're doing. Now, if there are backlinks built to that existing domain and you're redirecting them to your site, you'd want to be careful doing that as well, because what's going to happen is Google's going to pick up that old domain name and try and recrawl it, and if the pages on that old site don't match the pages on your new site, then Google's going to, if you go in Google Search Console, it's going to show you that there's a bunch of 404 or pages that they couldn't find. You're going to get a bunch of crawl errors. There's only a few reasons that you would want to buy surplus domains and point them at your existing domain. One would be to secure your brand name and make sure that nobody else is buying a variation on your brand name. Two, maybe you have a bunch of competitors in this space and you want to keep anybody from getting those domains because it's a really nice domain. There's no backlinks pointing toward that existing domain. You just want to make sure that nobody else gets it. Again, you're not going to get any SEO benefit from it. You're just keeping it out of somebody else's hands. The third reason that you would buy a bunch of surplus domains is if, let's say that they were sites and you want to point them toward your domain, but Google's going to look for that old site and expect to see that old site, and when it points toward your site, it's very likely that you're going to get a bunch of crawl errors because it remembers the old pages from that existing domain, and it's going to look for them on your site if you're redirecting it like that. So if you plan on buying old domains, you might want to be strategic in how you think about that. So buying a bunch of surplus domains in 99.9% of cases is not going to help your SEO. It's just going to keep those domains out of somebody else's hands. So if you have follow-up questions, or if you have another SEO question that you'd like to see answered, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. This is John Locke for Lockedown Design saying peace out. We do SEO for manufacturing and industrial companies.